Hello humans, in today's video I want to do a quick Anaxa account update, even though I already did one recently. And yes, I am currently in the midst of a break. However, I broke out of that break a little early so that I could, pretty much goblin farm simulated universe to get as many pulls as I possibly can. And the reason for this was because I decided to just throw a 10 pull while I was doing dailies on my Anaxa account into the Tribby banner, and I ended up getting my second double that I've ever gotten in my history of playing gachas. And it's funny that both of the doubles I've gotten in my history of playing gachas have been on mid-game accounts. Both of them. The first one was on Rob, and then the second one is on this one that literally was like Trailblaze 59 like a little bit ago, right? So I got a double. I lost the second, 5-star to, who was it? Fushuan, right? The second one I lost to Fushuan, but the first one I won the 50-50 for Tribby. So I am currently on a guarantee, and I wanted to see if it was possible for me to go for E1 Tribby if I wanted to. So I farmed Simulated Universe like crazy, and I managed to get 37 pulls in a single day for like inside the character banner, seeing it if I can get it early. However, I couldn't get it early, and so I don't feel good about continuing to go more pity into the character banner, because E1 Tribby is the best value E1 in the entirety of the game. Please don't get this twisted. This isn't like a, like so hard to think about thing. The reason why I'm thinking of skipping E1 Tribby is because this is an Anaxa account, right? Like, I literally call it my Anaxa account because he is the spotlight of this baby, right? He is the main showstopper, and so I have him at E4 currently, and this means he is 2 copies away from being E6. And for those who don't know, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty confident Anaxa experiences the biggest jump in his hypercarry performance from E4 to E6 compared to any other Amphoreus DPS. I don't know exactly why. His E6 gives him 30% just more overall damage straight up, alongside 50% damage boost, as his 2 traces are now activated no matter what all the time. I just don't see how that translates to that massive ass damage boost though, right? And I'm not making this shit up. Like, I never understood how he got a 70 to 80% increase in his performance jumping from E4 to E6, but it said it on Fribbles, and I was like, oh, maybe Fribbles is fucked up, right? Maybe there's something wrong going on with it. So let me go see some showcase videos, and the showcase videos perfectly back this up as well. Like, I just watched an Anaxa Eidolon showcase, and at E4, Anaxa is doing 400k per skill hit, right? He always does 2 per skill if there are 5 weaknesses or more on the enemy. So in total, it's like 800k on a single skill, right? Then when they jump up to the E6, he's doing 700k per skill. So that's a 300k increase, which starting from 400k is a 75% increase in his overall DPS. I don't know why or how it's that strong. It just is, right? So because of that, even E1 Tribby simply does not compare to E6 Anaxa, right? I know it is like, 1 cost versus 2 cost. You aren't wrong. You 100% aren't wrong. If I got E1 Tribby plus E1 Sunday, then it would probably be more competitive. But even still, Anaxa's Eidolon investment would just take the W going up to E6, right? And once again, this is an Anaxa account. Even though E1 Sunday and E1 Tribby are better overall value, 100% won't argue against that. E6 Anaxa is the goal. And if we're all being honest, I'll probably just get E1 Tribby on the rerun anyways, right? I plan to get Anaxa. If I skip Ceridra, I can guarantee Anaxa, and then I can guarantee E1 Tribby, right? So, in all honesty, this isn't actually all that big of a deal. It basically just means I'm going to be skipping out on E1 Tribby for probably like half a year before she reruns again. No different to Robin, right? And so, yeah, that's about all I have to say. That's about all I have to give you guys an update on. This account does, I originally, after getting that double, I was like, oh, I was going full goblin mode, like, oh, maybe I can get E1 Tribby. But the more I thought about it and the more, I researched up showcases for E6 Anaxa, it made me realize at the end of the day, I don't need to constantly pull for meta, right? And this is crazy to say, going for an E6. That's pretty, wild. But the reality is not everything needs to be looked at the lens of what's the best value, right? Sometimes it's simply what would bring me the most enjoyment. And I actually did this on my main account recently, where, for example, I went for E0 S1 Phanon after dropping $100 for direct Jades in the game for the first time in 4 years of my history ever playing gachas, right? And so, in reality, if we're talking about, value or a meta poll, it would have been Tribby. E0 Tribby or E1 Tribby, it 100% would have been way better to pull her. I have an E0 S1 Herda and a My Day that's missing a team buffer because my only other option is E1 Robin. By all means should I have pulled Tribby, yet I still pulled Phanon, right? So at the end of the day, even though my channel is mainly focused around talking about meta, right? What's a good pull? What's a bad pull? The current state of certain characters, maybe giving some advice here and there. The reality is that even I sometimes like to take a step back from the constant, meta lens way of consuming a game and just, pull for what I like. And so this account will be going for E6 Anaxa. I will be skipping E1 Tribby, and unless Ceridra gets some very noticeable changes, Ceridra will be skipped as well, as the priority for this account has and always will be E6 Anaxa, and then as well as Cyrene. And then if I have the pulls left over for it, I'd gladly go for E1 Tribby, right? So, quick video for all of you guys out there. I kind of broke my promise of taking a quick break. I'll probably go back to a break after this. I can't take a break for that long, right? At the end of the day, I usually recover quite quick from like so-called burnout in these games. You guys might not be able to tell, but I myself feel a little more energetic already, even though I've only been away for 1 or 2 days. It's always only taken like a week for me to become like completely refreshed from something when taking a break, and then I'm good to go at it again for like multiple months, if not near a year, right? Appreciate the support for the videos recently. You're all amazing. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.